I used to think love was pain. I used to think love was a struggle. I used to think love was a battle. But it's actually none of those things. In fact, love is actually very simple. It's people that are complex. When we're coming from an unhealed place, 9 times out of 10, we will keep choosing the wrong partners and we will confuse love with codependency. We confuse love with trauma bonding. We confuse love with infatuation. Not only are those things not love, but the reason we confuse them with love is because we don't love ourselves. It's also because we don't know God, because to know God is to know love, because God is love. And I know there's probably somebody who's offended, like, what do you mean I don't know God? I pray every day, I go to church, I read the Bible, I do this, I do that. I didn't say you don't have a relationship with God. I just said you don't know God. Because to truly know God is to understand on a spiritual level. You are created in God's image and likeness. And when you understand that, you walk in that and you carry yourself that way. Let's be real. If you're in a toxic relationship, or if you were in a toxic relationship, it's because you didn't understand on a spiritual level that you are created in God's image and likeness. And that's why you allowed that mess. The reason I can say that is because that was me not too long ago. I tolerated so much BS. I settled so much. And that was because I didn't love myself and I didn't truly know God. Yes, I was raised Christian, raised deep in the church, scriptures, Bible study, choir practice, all that. But guess what? I didn't know God. I just knew religion. So on the surface, it seemed like I knew God, but obviously I didn't, because my self-esteem came from being attached to a man. My self-esteem was determined by whether or not somebody else loved me. And something else that I want to say that I didn't plan on speaking on, but something in my spirit is telling me that I need to say this. Just because you love how you look, just because you get your nails done, your hair done, you keep yourself looking nice, that doesn't mean you love who you are. There's a difference between loving how you look, loving this flesh and body that you live in, and actually loving who you are spiritually and soulfully. And a lot of people don't. And I'm not saying it like you don't love yourself. Like, I'm not saying it trying to come down on you, but I'm telling you, don't confuse yourself. Don't let your ego misguide you and think, oh, I'm just so great, I'm so wonderful. But you don't feel that deep down inside. And that's okay. Like I said, I'm not coming down on you. I'm just able to speak on that because I used to be that way. So we have to stop being so surface level with ourselves and dig deep. We cannot be afraid to dig deep, because guess what? When you dig deep, that's when you really start to figure out who you are. That's when you really start to figure out why you allowed certain treatment, why you entertained certain people who you knew damn well you had no business being with. I don't care what nobody says. Spiritually, intuitively, you know when you're not supposed to be with a person. But because of unresolved trauma and abandonment issues and all types of childhood trauma and issues that we haven't resolved, we hold on for dear life. We feel like, I can't live without this person. Yes, you can. The only one, I'm not going to say person because God is not a person, but the only one you need is God. And guess what? When you have God, God is going to lead you to your divine counterpart. God is going to lead you to the person that he actually designed specifically for you. But you have to first heal, and you have to start walking in your light, and you need to start walking like you were created in God's image and likeness, because you were. Another reason we get into these toxic relationships is because we are fed so much toxic relationship and love advice. People say stuff like, arguing is healthy, love is war. No, it's not. No, it is not. Yes, you can have disagreements, and yes, you're going to have disagreements, but y'all shouldn't be arguing and fighting like cats and dogs. No, I don't care what nobody says. That's not healthy. Love is not war. Love is not a battle. Like, people really need to stop with these sayings, because guess what? God tells us love is patience. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. That whole scripture that describes what love is, it don't say nothing about quarreling. Is that how you pronounce it? What they say in the Bible, which is pretty much arguing, fighting. All this toxic advice that we be getting about love, you can grow to love someone. No, that's settling. I'm not doing that. Subconsciously, you think love is chaos and drama and struggle because you haven't healed from your childhood. It's not about healing from this relationship. I need to heal from this person. No, you need to heal from what caused you to be with this person in the first place, which is usually your childhood. And let's be clear, not every relationship that doesn't work out is toxic. Sometimes people just realize they're not compatible and they go their separate ways. But usually, the toxic ones are the hardest to get over. And it's not because, oh, this person was so special. This is my twin flame that I can't live without. It's because you're addicted to the dysfunction. It's because you're addicted to the hot and cold, high and low, due to childhood wounds. I'm gonna keep bringing it back to the childhood because that's where everything starts. And you may have even had good times with this person. But if the relationship was toxic, which obviously it was if you're watching this video, I can guarantee you the bad outweighed the good. Whether you both were toxic to each other, or they were toxic to you, or you were the toxic one to them. Either way it goes, you have to heal from any unresolved trauma so you don't keep repeating the same cycle with different people, because that's what's going to happen. You think, oh, I just need to heal from this relationship. If I heal from this person and get over them, then I'll be able to just move on with my life. No, it's going to be the exact same thing with a different person. I can say that because that was me. I'm not even going to get into all the relationships and situationships I've been in, but it's enough to know, it's not about the person. It's about you and what you need to heal within yourself. The last relationship I was in, that was a relationship that really woke me the fuck up. And it's probably because that was the most chaotic, crazy, toxic relationship I've ever been in. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I was in a thriller movie. I'm like, this cannot be real. Like, this cannot be my reality. Like, I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. But yeah, I don't really want to go into details about everything that happened because at the end of the day, that person has a lot of unresolved trauma, and I'm not trying to kick nobody while they down. I don't want to kick nobody, period, but especially while they down and they battling their own mental stuff. So yeah, I'm choosing not to go into any detail about everything that happened, but let's just say shit was crazy. It was really crazy. And something finally happened that I was just like, I cannot do this. Like, I literally cannot do this. I never thought I would be in a situation. Now that I am, I need to get the fuck out. But I don't need to just get over this person. I need to figure out why did I allow this? There's something going on with me that I need to face. I need to heal. I need to dig deep within myself because it's not about him. Like I said, people make the mistake of thinking it's about the person who hurt you. It's not about the person. It's about the lesson. When everything happened, I really surrendered to God. I really had to humble myself and just surrender to God because I didn't know what else to do. Like, really, I just felt so weak. Like, Lord, I just need you to strengthen me, guide me. Please just help me through this. So I was praying every single day. I would be crying and praying, meditating, journaling, watching a bunch of videos, like inspirational self-help videos on YouTube, reading different books. I really went deep into my psyche. And like I said, I went deep into prayer. Like, I cling to God more than I have ever clinged to God before. And that was the best thing I ever could have did because me seeking God, because I think it's a scripture that says, seek God with all your heart and he will show himself. And like I said, that was the best thing I could have ever did because my life has been transformed. I have been transformed and restored in so many ways. Like, I feel like a completely new person. I have never had this much peace. I have never had this much joy. I'm going to try not to cry because y'all know I'm a crybaby. I feel like I've been kind of crying a lot in Not a lot, but I've been crying a little more recently in my YouTube videos. But it's not because I'm sad, it's just because I have so much gratitude in my heart for how far God has brought me. Like, I've been through a lot of things in my life, but that relationship, that was probably the craziest, wildest things I've ever seen and went through in my life, because it wasn't just a one-time incident. It was a lot of crazy things that went on for years. I was in that relationship for almost 4 years. So when I think about how far God has brought me and everything God has brought me out of, whew, I just feel so overwhelmed. Like I said, I'm gonna try and hold it together. I'm not gonna cry, but just know if I do cry, it's not because I'm sad. It's because I'm happy, because I'm grateful. Like, I'm just humbled by even throughout my recklessness and me just, I'm gonna be real. Me putting that person before God and before myself, God still gave me mercy and grace. And not only did He give me mercy and grace, but He gave me strength. He gave me wisdom. He gave me peace. He gave me understanding. Don't get me to preaching. Don't let me start preaching. But I would say, if you are really struggling with letting go of a toxic relationship, seek God. That's step number one, is to seek God, and God will guide you. I don't care what you call God. I don't care what you call the Most High. If you want to say universe, source, spirit, Allah, whatever. Like, we all talking about the same energy. We all talking about the same force. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not here to push religion on nobody. I'm here to push relationship. You have to have a close relationship with the Most High. And like I said, while you're going through this dark time, you really have to seek the Most High, because the Most High is going to guide you. The Most High is going to help you see who you truly are, help you see your worth, help you see your true essence, not the ego you, not this facade that you put on for everybody, but who you are soulfully and spiritually. And as hard as it might be, sit in silence. Sit and reflect on your childhood. Sit and reflect on even your younger years as an adult. If you're in your 30s or 40s or however old you are, sit and reflect on your teenage years, your early 20s, everything that you've been through. Really sit and reflect on that. You will start to connect the dots. One of the things I would do was look in the mirror and visualize myself as a child, and I would speak life into my inner child, and then I would hug myself as if I was hugging the little girl me. So that was really healing for me. And like I said, journaling, watching and reading a lot of personal development, self help, spiritual literature, and audio, but not just about, oh, I need to improve myself, I need to level up. But no, actually read and listen to things that have something to do with whatever your childhood trauma is, whatever you struggle with. But most importantly, focus on being in a relationship with yourself. Focus on building a relationship with God, a true relationship, a true connection. Don't rush to get back out there. Don't feel like, oh, I gotta hurry up and find my wife or find my husband before I run out of time. No, don't think like that. Just focus on God. Seek God, and trust me, you're not gonna have to go out looking for your husband or wife. God is gonna lead you to that person. I pray this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.